The final script that I want to show you is for taking a stratified random sample from our sampling frame so that we can create a block design. You may remember that a block design is one in which we separate individuals into groups first and then randomize them into conditions. You'll get an example of how that works throughout this script. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is load the students from Somewhere College. I now have 4,000 observations, that is 4,000 students in the college. And some of these are freshmen, some sophomore, some junior, some senior. So what I want to do is stratify on the basis of these class standings. In the past, we've used the subset command to take a subset, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. You'll see in this first line that I'm going to take a subset out of the object students, that is all the students in the school, and I'm going to take those in which the class is freshmen. So this will create a subset of all freshmen in the school. This is not what we're going to use in our final study, but rather we're going to split Somewhere College into 4 groups: freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So let me do that. I can see by looking in my environment that there are 1,007 freshmen, 1,024 sophomores, 951 juniors, and 1,018 seniors. Now what I want to do is I want to obtain a sample of size 20 from each of these groups. This will guarantee me a final sample with 20 freshmen, 20 sophomores, 20 juniors, and 20 seniors. I'm going to do this on the basis of ID numbers, just as I did in a previous video. The next thing I did in that previous video, once I had the IDs, was I then had to load all the other variables. That includes first name, last name, and class standing. The only thing that makes this more complicated is that I have to do it 4 times. I'm just repeating it for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Let me do that. Now for each of these groups, I'm going to bind the variables together to create a data set of freshmen, a data set of sophomore, data set of juniors, and data set of seniors. Here we go. Okay, so if I was to look, for instance, at my sample of freshmen, we'll see the 20 students that have been selected for our study, and we notice that they're all freshmen. Similarly, if I looked at my sample, sophomores, seniors, and juniors. Now that I have those 4 groups, I'm going to take each sample and I'm going to select a control and treatment condition for each. That's what makes this a block design. The blocks are going to consist of freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. That allows me to control for class standing in my study. The rest of the extraneous variables are going to be taken care of through randomization. So I'm going to randomize the exact same way I did in the previous video, except that I've got to do it for freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So you'll notice for freshmen, I'm using the in part of the parameter again to look for if the ID is in with the freshman IDs. And then I'm using for treatment condition not in the freshman control IDs. And that gives me my freshman treatment group. So here goes. I'll do this for freshmen. I'll do this for sophomores. I'll do this for juniors. I'll do this for seniors. And I'm done. If I now were to look at, for instance, the treatment group of freshmen, actually let me use the view command to get a nicer look at it. Here are 10 out of the 20 freshmen, and these are the 10 that have been chosen to be in the treatment. I similarly will have 10 freshmen for control group, and I'll have correspondingly 10 sophomores in a control, 10 sophomores in a treatment, and so on for juniors and seniors. So that's it. That's how we can stratify random sample and then randomize to the two conditions in order to have a block design.